What's that?
I just want to clap and then start.
Oh yeah. Don't throw off my clap, bruh. There we go. What's your craziest drug story? I think we share the same crazy drug story.
True. I got puddled with LSD one time a long time ago. That was like a good 8 hours of scary and then a good 8 hours of awesome. But a summer ago, the Palmer Squares played a set at Somerset Music Festival
In Wisconsin.
and after Acumental almost died of a heat stroke,
Yeah, this story's pretty long.
Term revived him via fucking CPR.
We played a set.
awesomeness.
Okay, we gotta slow this story down. We played a set at Somerset
This
at
is
like
true.
noon or 1. It was like a 100-degree day, and we were just doing a lot of drinking, wrapped. And I just like didn't drink water and fucking had a lot of beer, and I collapsed. Woke up to this guy hitting me on the chest. I straight up like white light. I couldn't see contrast.
So we pull him up and he's like, what was that? And then like 5 seconds later, back out again, fucking right
Fell
on his
into
back.
a table, yeah.
And then dude came over and was like, don't lift him up, which I guess is like
Bad.
common knowledge not to
Don't
pick
lift
someone,
up a heat stroke victim or else they fall
Or
back
just-
down right away.
Yeah, anyone just hit the deck to not lift them up right away.
Term and our buddy Dylan, who were there, were saying, you know, like that was all fucked up. They're like, hey, we should just leave. And I'm like, don't let me fuck up our good time. I'm fine. I'm drinking water. I'm good now. So we stayed. We didn't want it. We had like artist bands. We had free festival shit. We drove 6.5 hours. I'm like, let me not fuck this up. So flash forward now, we're taking key bumps of cocaine in the forest in Somerset, Wisconsin.
Basically, our
Not
idea
coke.
is let's wait until the sun comes up. In the meantime, find some cocaine to bide our time, and then we could drive home. And my buddy's going, yeah,
Fantastic
yeah.
logic. We're not
So
role
he dips
models.
into a tent, and then the kid's like, $40. And we're like, I only got 20. And he's like, sold.
Okay. Red flag number 1. No one chews their price down halfway, and it is what it is, or it's good. So we're like,
So-
oh, what a deal.
Cut to the campfire. We're each doing little key bumps in a circle, the three of us.
Like,
And after one
Little
key
bit.
bump each, we're tripping balls.
we essentially sniffed a trip, and like we're very experienced in tripping, in the mushroom LSD category. We've never sniffed something that made us lose our minds for 8 hours, and it was fucking scary. That actually kind of, I didn't swear off the festival scene, but that made me realize my fucking age. And it was just like a dirty scene, and the music kind of sucked. It was all electronic shit blasting from these campsites, sounded terrible. And the drugs were dirty. And it was just like, why are we fucking okay with maybe killing ourselves just for like, oh, $20? So, not to say I'll never fucking do drugs again, but that was a little much.
Matt's puking.
I just
I'm
had a heat
freaking
stroke.
out. Ryan's like, research! Research!
Research!
And then we're on the trail looking for our campsite. And then we're each like fetal position in the tent.
Yeah, we all laid in a tent like
seeing
fetal,
our deaths.
figuring out life 10 times and forgetting it.
And then it was kind of cool.
There was one point where like I could either be standing up, mindlessly walking, not knowing where my campsite was, or I could be sitting down, like figuring it out and thinking and being kind of coherent. But I couldn't be like walking and like thinking logically at the same time. And it was like, I just like fucking fell in my ass at one point, and I just had to sit and think because I couldn't multitask my fucking body. So drugs are bad.
Anyone who's ever
Drugs can be
tripped
bad.
really hard knows the feeling where you're like, hey, look at those guys on horses up there, and then like walk 100 feet and realize you were talking about like a chair,
A garbage can.
and you're like, that wasn't a horse, that was a chair. And then you kind of keep to yourself like,
When we were trying to find our walk back to camp, I thought I figured it out. I'm like, that's the main stage lights. And then I walk a couple feet and I'm like, no, that's just like a generator light in a construction field. And then I walk a little closer and I'm like, no, that is the main stage. We're on our way.
I think we
Basically
each
turning our brains to mush slowly.
contemplating like if we should go to the EMTs and just be like, I don't know what I took.
Full disclosure, we're high as fuck. Can you help us? But we made it. We hung in there and we fucking made it like men.
Longevity or something.
try to be more moderate and responsible about drug use nowadays, because drugs have accounted for like some of the most fun times of my life. Not them, but like a culmination of like being on something a little bit and at a fucking like string cheese show or something. Amazing memories, or lack of. But then there's just some shit where you're like, this is stupid. Favorite substance. We kind of covered favorite substance a little. But dog, I think it's sugar.
Caffeine, pot, some uppers.
Ben and Jerry's.
Paint. I'll huff a good marker.